going to make a brief start on this project. Well, basically, brief start means I'm going to take all the parts off, take the neck off, and get it prepped for cleaning. Because I can't believe that when I bought this thing 15 years ago from a horrible, dirty little second-hand shop, I didn't clean it properly, and it's probably never had a clean. So it is likely filthy. So I have to get rid of all the DNA and shit, some sweat, puke and semen and whatever stuff maybe on this. Not mine, of course, but you know. One of the superb features of this base is the bridge, which is shit. Can't really say anything else than that. Basically the strings are held on in the ropiest of fashions. You know, there's barely anything for a string to hold on to. So I may replace the bridge, or maybe make a modification or two, and maybe put a string through the body. Who knows? You can see these screw holes here, where from pictures I've seen of bases, which I think this is the same as a K base, but it definitely looks the same, whether or not it's the same name, who knows. Basically there's a lovely bridge cover that came with it, which sadly was not part of it when I bought it. So yeah, we will maybe that could be something that could be incorporated if I could find a suitable part. The jack's all rusted to shit, look at that. God knows what state the electronics are in. Lots of corrosion around the pickup rings. Everything else seems okay in it. Of course, we'll have to see if the truss rod works. But you know, we'll get the neck and everything off and see if that works, and then yeah. Okay, strings are off. I'll keep hold of those, but obviously we'll put new ones on, but I'll keep hold of them for testing and things before I get something. I will probably get some much heavier strings for this. Those look fairly light, well, very light gauge. So I'll get some nice new ones. Ooh, headbutt the camera. Stick those over there for now. Let's flip it over and get this old neck off. You can see someone's had a go a bunch of different times getting the strap button in. I will imagine that I'll probably get some new strap buttons, possibly. I don't know. These ones are alright, I'm sure. Cleaned up. I've never had the neck off of this, so now I will probably be a bit carefree with a lot of this job, because it's just a learning project for me. As you can probably tell, I don't know very much about all of this. Backplate is not too bad. There's a little bit of corrosion on it, but I can probably sand and polish that out. Should be alright. That lifts away very easily, doesn't it? Someone's put a shim in this. Perhaps that was me. Maybe I have had the neck off before. I may have done that. Who knows? Obviously truss rod is adjusted down at the heel, which is maybe a good, maybe a bad thing. And let's finish getting the neck things off. Let's get rid of these tuners, which have all different types of screws in them. Some of them look fairly eaten up. I don't know if you can see the ends are chewed on them, so that should be fun. You see that? 3 different types of screws to hold these shitty machine heads on. Now, I don't even know why they bothered putting these in, because you can see that where those little stubby ones were is barely scratched the finish, never mind actually locked into the wood. Well, there was a hole there, I suppose they had to put something in. So the neck is very grubby. The frets are very low. Well, some of them are. It needs address anyway. And there is the slight possibility that I would be doing my first ever refret. Which would be fun, since I've never even dressed a fret. Never mind. Yeah. Some of the inlays need sanding down on it. This could be very interesting. Now that was only one of those. I'll be ordering lots of new parts for this. Is there a point? Okay, let's see. Where shall we start? Let's take this one off first, because there's probably not very much in under there. Oh, these old screws are all corroded. Again, different types of screws. Oh, horrible, horrible, horrible. Why don't we get back to this? Join me later. Kind of given up on this for a moment because that little screw there just will not come out. So I may strip the whole screw out, you know, and sod whatever happens to the wood that's under the plate. So I'm taking the shitty old bridge off instead. The screw heads are stripped, so it took me a while to kind of move those to get access to the screws that are holding the bridge down. You know, it's, this thing really is in bad shape. That screw doesn't want to come out any further either. There we go. It finally looks like a common screw with some of the stuff from the neck. Headbutt the camera again. Da 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 da. I thought this would be a lot more exciting when I decided to start this. That would be cool. It's not, it's a bit dull, isn't it? Especially because I will probably be replacing all these screws. I think this bridge is definitely going to be replaced because it's just, well, it's shot, really. These screws. But, you know, maybe if I get it together, this could be a pretty fucking cool base, you know. Nice little short scale for my little hands. So we'll see. I had at one point considered just converting this to a 6-string guitar, but you know what? It'd be cooler as a bass, I think. There you go, that's the bridge off. Let's see, it's a nice little loop of copper. Yeah, don't know why it's a loop and not just a... But anyway, you can see how shiny the finish used to be on this. So I don't know if it was rubbed down or... it may have been rubbed off the varnish because it's a very dull finish on it, or it may just, I don't know, wear and tear, I don't know. It's a very even wear if it is. It looks, you can see here on the edges of the burst, perhaps it was rubbed down. And there's lots of scratches on it, like it was probably rubbed. Well, anyway, let's see if I can get this sucker off. and then I'll not be able to do too much more. I'll unscrew these, but I'll need to get the soldering iron to desolder the pickups, because you know, I don't want to cut the wires, because I may have to use these pickups at least temporarily. It's off! And there we go. So someone's definitely been in here before. Check out the shitty old packing tape across what is probably joints. Who knows if that's even soldered? Let's have a look. And I was right. Those connections weren't even soldered. They're twisted together, which is great, you know. Easy way to do it. So, yeah. Now, I'm assuming that that's not the way it was created. But you never know with these things. So what I'm going to do is just untwist them and remove the whole bloody lot, because this is all going to probably start from scratch, I imagine, to wire it. Now, there haven't been any markings on the back of the neck heel or in the neck pocket. Oh, different screws again. So maybe there'll be some markings on the pickups which will give some sort of a clue as to what this thing is. Of course, if you know, you can tell me. No. This is fun, isn't it? A better way to spend my Friday evening, as it is now, getting dark outside. So you'll have to excuse the poor light and the noise from outside of cars and vans and airplanes. My garage door has to be open because I have no electrics in this silly garage as yet, but hopefully that will change fairly soon. So I've got quite possibly the worst little shed light in here. It's just a little 5 LED solar powered thing, so it's not very bright. There we go, there's the other pickup. Bit of corrosion on the bottom of this, so you know, I guess I could clean these up, and for the sake of being complete about this, let's take this puppy off. You can see someone's had a go on this as well. And there we have it. One body, one neck, which may, who knows. I'm going to check, see if the truss rod works. Well, the truss rod works, I think. I've been adjusting it and it seems to, so I've reversed the bow on it now. So I really do need to sort myself out with straight edge to do this. Look at that, that's quite nice actually. Is that ply? Or is it just a really nice grain? I think it's a really nice grain, which is surprising. Yeah, look, it's a really nice grain. Oh. This might have been quite a nice little beastie at one point. Should be fun to play with.